Okay, hi, we're the Plant-Based Fam. Today we're going to be going over how we make our weekly meal plans and doing an awesome Costco and Trader Joe's grocery haul. So thanks for joining us. Please make sure if you enjoy our content to like, follow, and share. We post new videos every Sunday.
Okay, so something we really wanted to talk about was how our menu and meal prep plan stuff has evolved over time. So this here was our 2-week cleanse, and this was our very first week. And so you can kind of see how different our menu looks. And so here we had lots of options. We had oatmeal with berries, protein shakes, fruits and toast. We had a bunch of different lunch options, snacking options, and dinner options for the 2 weeks. Really important part of it all for us was the no eating out and taking family walks every day. So one of the things that has changed over time is everything's kind of been simplified. So if we move over to the next week, you can see that things are getting a little more simplified. It's not as messy. This is still part of our 2-week cleanse. And so a lot of the things that were over here in the first week have kind of found their way over here as well. And it's kind of cluttered, but things are starting to kind of be thinned out a little bit. You can see that we made some adjustments to our schedule based on what we had available in our fridge. And things over time evolve and change. And we found, as you can see down here, we found some things that we starred that we really enjoyed. Moving on to the next week, here's when we really started cleaning things up. You can see we had some of those starred things from the week prior that are in here now as like staple meals for us. Breakfast and lunches have been minimized to just one item each, and our dinner is really kind of where we find variety. And if you hadn't noticed yet, the snacking stuff has really gone away because we find ourselves being able to stay satiated throughout the day. And moving on to the next week, you can see again that things have just become more and more simple with every single week. And these things that we have, Gavin also eats too, for the most part. And sometimes we make some errors along the way. One big error that I can say that we made in this week here was that we had decided to have potatoes and broccolis with potato cheese sauce for lunch every single day. That's a great dinner meal idea, but having that for lunch every single day felt very heavy for us, and it was very difficult to maintain that throughout the week. By the end of the week, we were like, what are we gonna do? We have all this leftover broccoli. So what we found really works for us is the sushi with edamame for lunch. It's a really great meal, and it's very filling. And as you can see over here this week, we just kind of took oatmeal off of our menu because we know that's what we're gonna have every day for breakfast. And it was just maybe a quicker option to keep it off here. But yeah, you can see that we have some of these staple things like the tofu stir fry, the potato tacos, chipotle bowls. Those things we know we're gonna have every single week, and it's just kind of filling in those other days. We eat out, as you guys can see, every Friday night we eat out. And that's just one of our traditions. It's really fun for us to find something fun to do and something fun to eat. This is this week, actually, and we have hummus wraps with veggie trays. And that's really, really fun for us because it's something different. And so we've kind of decided to switch between 1 week of having sushi for lunch and then 1 week of having hummus sandwiches for lunch. And it's going to be really great, I think, just to kind of switch between the two of those options to keep it fresh and make sure it doesn't get boring for us. And again, you can see we have those staple things every week, but we have something new and fun that we're going to try. This Sunday, we're going to try enchiladas, and it's going to be super good. I can't wait for those. Those are going to be so awesome. But yeah, we just kind of wanted to break it down for you. And we understand, as you can see, back in the very first week, things were really complicated. And we were trying to figure out what worked for us and what didn't, and like figure all that stuff out. So those first couple of weeks might be like that for you. But as you grow and evolve and as you find what works for you, things do get simpler.
We just got home from the grocery store, which on Saturdays we go to Costco and Trader Joe's.
Well, let's start over here with the Costco haul.
Yeah.
So one of the main things we always get at Costco is berries, because every morning we have oatmeal and we love to have berries. And then in our berries, we went on a date night the other night, and
Yeah.
we actually, Tatiana made this amazing berry bowl for us. It's got different little holes in it so water can drain through, so you can wash your berries in it.
I love it.
So pretty, isn't it? It's beautiful.
The berries, and we got bananas.
Bananas, lots of green bananas because we have them every single day, so they tend to go pretty quickly in our house. So we tend to get them a little more on the green side so they can last all week long. So
we get the Dave's Killer Bread. This isn't an every week thing. I would say we usually get this every other week or every month. We like to do toast. This is a big thing we do for Gavin.
Yeah.
Ian will make him avocado toast.
Yeah, I'll put some hemp seed hearts on it or some chia seeds, and then I'll put some everything but the bagel seasoning on it, but a little light on that stuff because it's got a lot of salt in it. But yeah, overall, like, he just loves to eat the avocado toast, and it's a good way to get those hemp seeds and chia seeds in there. We also put chia seeds into our oatmeal every single morning, so he's getting those good healthy omegas in there.
And you do peanut butter toast
Yeah,
too,
we
right?
do peanut butter toast sometimes in the afternoons if it just need a quick and easy lunch.
So those are two of the things we got kind of for that. We got hemp hearts at Costco, and then we got more peanut butter. We've been trying out a few different peanut butters. We just wanted to go kind of bulk because we have been using it more. So like Ian said, he's been doing it for peanut butter toast with Gavin. And then Ian's also been making these really good like energy balls with dates and oats and peanut butter. So we got more for that because we've been making a batch of those every week. And I love them. I feel like I ate more of them this week than everybody else, but they're super good. We've noticed that since we started eating oatmeal every day, we've been going through cinnamon really quickly, which is weird. I've never done that in my entire life. But we got some new cinnamon last week, right? Or was it the week before?
It was like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
It was just one of those little ones.
Yeah, you
Just
want to show it?
Like this little guy here. And look, this is how much we've already gone through.
3/4 the way through.
In this short amount of time, so.
Which is wild. So we just got a big Costco one so that we can fill that up and not have to refill it quite as much. And then we got some baby carrots. We're gonna have those as snacks throughout the week, and then Ian's gonna have them with his lunch.
We're doing hummus spreads, so I'll make some like really good homemade hummus and just great veggie dipper all the time, so really great. Okay, we got one more item on, but this is not really a food item, but it's a fun item that we got for our son Gavin Mark. So we'll show these off now. These little little pajamas for him.
They're not so little though, because he's getting big, but they're
pretty
winter and it's starting to get cold, so.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little more cold at night, so it's going to be a good thing for him, and plus he's going to look super cute in it. So we got some romaine lettuce, and we got some spinach, of course, because that's the things. We also buy kale, but we keep that frozen because we use it in our smoothies a lot. So
yeah.
that stuff is pretty regular. We have a few other staple things that are in our pantry all the time. Just know that we eat a lot of beans, we eat a lot of rice. That's just part of it's just staples in our diet. So.
Yeah, this week we're gonna use the spinach for our lunches. Ian likes to do kind of like hummus sandwiches with hummus and spinach, and then we're also gonna use them in our enchiladas. We're gonna do potato spinach enchiladas. And then the romaine lettuce, we'll have that with potato tacos. I might have it in some of my lunch wraps too.
Yeah, and black bean burgers, we use that as our lettuce for that. So this vegan banana bread is so good. Me and Gavin went through an entire loaf of this thing in like a week, just because it's so good. Tatiana, she's like, oh, I didn't really get any of that. I was like, I don't know what happened. Maybe something else that we got, it's kind of noisy, I'm sure. We got this organic foursome vegetable medley. Anyway, it's organic sweet corn, organic peas, organic carrots, and organic green beans. We make this whole bag up for Gavin, and then just throughout the week we'll heat it up a little bit in the microwave and just give it to him as finger food, either as dinner, as part of his dinner, or as we're making dinner, so he has something to munch on while we're cooking and stuff. So.
And that's something I'm like really appreciative of Ian. He's taken the lead kind of with feeding Gavin and figuring out the right ratios for him and best things to feed him. So I'm appreciative for all of his efforts with that. At Trader Joe's, we got some pizza dough. This last week we made pasta, and I used the pizza dough to make breadsticks, and I thought that was really tasty.
It's very good. It was very good.
This week I actually got the garlic and herb pizza dough because I thought that would add a nice flavor.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to try that. Last week I just got the plain. And then we got some shredded carrots. I'm planning on doing like hummus veggie wraps, and I feel like the shredded carrots just be a lot easier for me to do that with.
We got some lavish bread last week we still got a few pieces left, so we'll probably do that for the first few days of the week.
Yeah, and then Ian got these meatless meatballs.
Yeah, I got these. Yeah, I got these for Gavin. I thought, it's a good source of protein, and it has some fiber in it as well. So just trying to make sure that he has a good, well balanced diet and all that stuff. So, And he eats pretty much what we eat. So we'll make stuff, unless it's spicy. We don't really kind of give him the spicy stuff yet.
The last bag, so we are doing veggie burgers this week. We got some frozen black bean burgers at Costco last week. So we got some buns to eat those with. We're struggling a bit with food waste when it comes to buns because it's just the two of us. I feel like we're not able to have buns last a super long time. So what we're gonna try this week is we're going to take out this week's portion and potentially freeze the rest.
Yeah.
So we don't have a lot of waste. And then we got grape tomatoes, good snack, and we'll have those with the hummus wraps. Red pepper, Ian's gonna roast this up and put it in the hummus.
Yep, it's gonna be tasty.
Onion, I'm gonna make a homemade green enchilada sauce. And so I got that for that. I'm excited to use.
Yeah, and then we also got some broccoli because I love to have this with my spreads. I really love broccoli. As my mom always says, he loves his trees. So it's very true. And then we got a red onion. This will be used in corn salsa. This will be used all week long. And then we got these russet potatoes. These are gonna be for our patacos. We'll cook up this whole entire thing. We'll boil them first, and then we put them in the oven to kind of crisp up a bit. And Gavin loves them. We love them. It's delicious. So
yeah, super good. Then at Trader Joe's, we get this peeled garlic. Ian likes to use this in his hummus. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just already all like peeled, ready to just be pureed up. And then we got sweet potatoes. Ian will make these sweet potatoes at the beginning of the week and feed them to Gavin. We usually chop them up. We got avocados at Trader Joe's as well. I normally prefer to get the mini avocados just because I find it's easier to portion out. We're not having as much avocado at one time. I got the normal size this week just because they were closer to being ripe and I want to use them tomorrow. We're gonna have tostadas, so I want to use these for them. So I'm hoping that they become perfect by tomorrow, but we'll see.
yeah. And then we got only a couple of things left here to show you guys. We get the firm tofu at Trader Joe's. We have a tofu press that we also use. Some people say they can't really tell the difference between it. I don't know if I can either, but it's nice to have it because it gets a lot of that excess moisture out. And so if you're sauteing in a pan with some veggies, you don't got a bunch of water residue kind of gathering up in there. And then these are the pitted dates that we use for the peanut butter bites. There's enough in here for 2 weeks worth, so we tend to buy these only every other week. And then there's always like 1 or 2 extra, which is really great for us to kind of, as a little treat, we'll put some peanut butter on it, or we'll put some something else on it, and to just eat as a little munchy snack, you know. And then last but not least, Dramaal Grapes. So Tatiana saw this at Trader Joe's. It's like this tribe blend of grapes, and I love grapes. And if you cut them up and you watch Gavin while he's eating them, then it's fine to give them to your kid, you know, as long as you cut them into small enough pieces that he can't choke on, and you observe him while he's eating them.
Every week we generally try and get at least one snacking fruit that we can have throughout the week for us, because just of our schedules and to make this lifestyle as easy as possible, we like to get pre-prepared fruit. I know that there's some different opinions on that, but for us it just makes it a lot easier to make sure we're actually eating healthy foods. So grapes are not necessarily pre-prepared, but they're just a lot easier. You just rinse and go. So that's why I got these. I like to just have at least one kind of special fun fruit treat for the week.
Yeah, and it's nice too to have something like that, because, you know, for us, like, we don't have dessert every single night, you know, but maybe after dinner have a little bit of a sweet tooth. You want, we'll have some watermelon, or we'll have some cantaloupe or pineapple that's cut up, and it's a good way to give Gavin some extra fruit and some extra nutrients that way too, you know. So we're just trying to make sure that we and him have a really well-balanced diet with everything that we're eating every week. So
I was thinking we could talk a bit kind of about how much that all cost, just so you have an idea. So usually we go shopping every Saturday. We'll go to Costco and Trader Joe's, like I mentioned. Today at Costco, we spent $78, I believe.
yeah, but we bought those pajamas.
Yeah, so today we spent $78. We did buy those pajamas, which were $15. So normally we spend about $50 to $60 at Costco every week for our berries and veggies. Sometimes that will go up or down. Like this week we bought the bulk pack of peanut butter, we bought the hemp hearts. So it will fluctuate just based on when we're stocking up on things. But I do find that usually every week we go, we're kind of stocking up on something different. Like one week it might be peanut butter, the next week it might be bread, right? So Usually it will fluctuate a little bit, but between $60 and $80 is what we'll spend. We spent $48 at Trader Joe's, and we got quite a few things. Those 2 bags were really full. So normally every week we average about $100 for our groceries.
I'd say about $100 to $120 is pretty average for us for a week worth of groceries. Now, mind you, that also includes sometimes buying maybe something that might be a little bit of a splurge, or it might be something that we needed to buy bulk of to stock up on for a couple weeks. So yeah, I'd say about $100 to $120 sounds about right.
Yeah, and that's not including like when we get diapers for Gavin and stuff like that. That's normally a separate cost. But we have found that since we've gone whole food plant-based, our grocery bill has gone down quite a bit.
Drastically.
We were budgeting $600 a month for groceries. Yeah. So with this lifestyle, now we're about $400 to $500 a month with groceries. Mm-hmm. So I know that's not necessarily like the biggest transformation, like now we only spend $20 a week, but it's still like, I mean, that $100 goes far. So
yeah, it really does. And I mean, think about, going from $600 to $400 to $500, $100 to $200 a month savings just on eating. That's great. That's awesome. And it's really helping us, on other facets. So
yeah. And I will say, like, we were generous with our grocery budget, and I think that's just because we enjoy good food. So we would buy expensive stuff, or we were buying a lot of treats. Like, we really prefer Ben & Jerry's ice cream, which, as you know, is like one of the most expensive ice creams. So we would buy a ton of ice cream, a ton of cookies, a ton of treats. So that stacks up as you go. So really sticking to this weekly meal plan helps us not only to save money, but it also helps us with food waste. Now, you heard me mention, I'm bummed that we're wasting buns, right? And I think that's something where we've been able to notice having a plan really creates so much less waste because we actually use all of our food. I remember a few weeks ago, we actually used an entire Costco thing of spinach. And I've never done that before. I've never used a full thing of spinach before. Some of it went bad. So that felt like a huge accomplishment. But the meal plan really helps us to do that.
And I also noticed that there's way less trash, like in general, like with the food that we get, because you're buying bananas, you're buying, fruits and vegetables. There's a lot less packaging when it comes to those kinds of things. Not to say that with the stuff that we bought today, there wasn't a bunch of packaging, but there's less. And so any less is better than more that we were doing, that's for sure.
Yeah, so it's not like the prepackaged stuff we were buying. It like comes in a big box and then also is individually wrapped in bags. Like, I feel like it's better than that. The first 2 weeks we went whole food plant-based, we really stuck to eating all of our meals at home 100% plant-based so that we knew what was in them, but also detoxed our bodies from all of the eating out we were doing and all of the soda we were drinking. Because we were basically at a point where we were eating out multiple times each week. Not to say if you're doing that, that's fine. We all start somewhere. But for us, it had just gotten to be really expensive, but also really unhealthy. Now in our meal plan, we basically plan to eat out every Friday. The reason we do that is to just add variety and something to look forward to throughout the week. We're going to be doing another video kind of on our weigh-ins and our progress, but each Friday we weigh ourselves. We don't weigh ourselves every day. We just weigh ourselves on Friday. We're not doing this all for weight loss. We're mainly doing this for our health, but losing weight is part of that for us just because we are overweight. Part of that is then we get to go eat out on Friday. We don't go cray, we don't go non-vegan, we still eat plant-based.
Yeah, and it's always fun to kind of plan throughout the week, like where are we going to go out to eat, like what can we get, what can Gavin get, like, we kind of get excited throughout the week of the different options. And then we always kind of get a treat. There's a great place here that has vegan brownies. There's another place here that does vegan ice cream. And so it's always nice to kind of do some sort of little treat with it too. On Friday night, when we went out to eat, it was really great because we went to the craft fair that Tatiana was at, and we were able to walk around and kind of, see all the different crafts and get a few steps in while we were able to also go out to eat and made a whole date night of it. So it's fun to kind of do those little things to change it up and to keep things exciting. Sunday nights, we tend to eat something we found on Pinterest, or we found another YouTube video about, or Instagram story about some really tasty looking food, and we'll try it out just to try something new and have some sort of variety into our menu. We have staple things that we have in our menu every single week because those are things that we just know we love and we know that they're going to be good, and we make it fun and festive too. We always have Taco Tuesdays on Tuesday nights, and we have potato tacos, and We make fresh corn salsa, and it's a really tasty treat to be able to kind of plan our week out in that way too.
Yeah, so we love that. Some predictability, but then also some variety, which I think is important to keep going on any lifestyle, any meal plan. Normally each week we'll do Chipotle style bowls where it's like a burrito bowl, but I'm feeling a little bit burnt out on those right now. So instead we're substituting it for tostadas. That was a meal that we had last week and we both really thought was delicious. Now it has a lot of the same components, so we didn't really have to change what we bought, but we just are kind of mixing it up. So we're staying in that same type of realm of food, but mixing it up because we're just a little tired of it right now. Thanks for joining us as we unpacked our grocery haul, talked a bit about our menu. Looking forward to this week and some of the things we get to try.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So please subscribe, like, share, all those fun things, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.
Bye.